Morning, good afternoon, and good evening wherever you're watching from. Welcome to Isabella Show. So today on the show, we're going to be talking about the difference between a dysfunctional home and an ideal home. Yes, that's what from a very practical aspect. And so that's why I brought a guest here today that is going to be telling us, that's going to be shedding more light on what an ideal home should be like and how it affects our society at large, because it starts from you as an individual. Don't forget, your family is the foundation of the society. So I'm going to be introducing her. So let's have hear from the horse's mouth.
Hi, good evening, good morning, good afternoon. My name is Hope Chijuke. I'm a mom and I'm a wife. I'm so honored to be in this platform tonight. Thank you for talking about this topic. Thank you so much, Cynthia.
All right. Thank you so much for coming on the show. So I want you to, how would you describe the kind of home you came out from? Would you say your home is an ideal home or a dysfunctional home?
Okay, I'll say the home I came out from is ideal because when I was growing up as a child, I saw my parents. They were so in love, so intentional about their family. We saw the growth, we saw the peace, we saw the unity in the family. So growing up, it has always been, love, growth, peace, joy, anything that doesn't, involve those things. I really don't get myself involved because that's the more
I want us to be very practical on this show because I know that there is no perfect home anywhere. But the truth is that, would you say that, seeing your mom and your dad, what is it about them that that you took, that you could say that, this is what I want as I, growing up, what is it you saw about them?
Okay. When I was growing up as a child, there was something about my parents that at first I really didn't understand. But as time goes on, I try to get the whole thing. Most times my mom and my dad, they will definitely have disagreement where we are as kids, But you just see the moment we kids, maybe we just go out and come in, you see them together playing, cuddling, laughing. I'm like, is it not these two people that was just having issues before we just left? So I discovered my mom, she forgives my dad easily, and it was also easy for my dad to forgive my mom easily. So I took up that thing, and I was like, no, I want my home to be like this. I want to have this kind of home, when I grow up, because you just have this peace of mind when you come back home and you see your parents, they had a misunderstanding and they're back together so easily without any third party or with the kids coming to intrude in the issues and all that. So it was so lovable seeing them fight and settle, they just have a disagreement, and the moment we are gone out, come back in, they are back together again. So it was always fun. So even at this moment, my mom and my dad, they still have disagreements. So when my mom calls me sometimes, your dad has done this, so I don't call my dad. Yes, I don't call, because the reason is that my mom will still go back settle my dad and say, your daughter said this. So I just know that the two of them, they forgive easily, so I don't get involved when they are having disagreement. And that was what made the home so peaceful, because the moment maybe there is disagreement, when you just come back in, the home is peaceful again, everything goes back normal. And I understand that when my dad and my mom, they are having disagreement, when they see us, they try to pretend as if nothing, but we kids know that something is happening. So it was fun and lovely watching them have disagreement and come back together as couples. Yeah.
What I want to talk about on this You can see the reversal. That's somebody speaking from an ideal home. Yes, I brought her on this show. That's somebody speaking from an ideal home, so that you understand better. You understand these things better. I, for one, I didn't grow up in that kind of environment. Now, I want to quickly share something with us on this show. What a dysfunctional family is like. Let me define it to us. Dysfunctional family is characterized by conflicts, misbehavior, or abuse. In this kind of family, relationship between family members are tense and can be filled with neglect, yelling, and screaming. And in this kind of home, you are forced to accept negative treatment because there is no space to express your thoughts and your feelings freely. And that was the kind of home I came out from. You understand? I suffered a lot of things, coming out from this home. Like I told us earlier, and I could remember one of the times, most of the time I would sit and sometimes I say, God, why, growing up, I'm like, why am I so different? Why is my journey so different? Because I see my friends and I, comparing their homes and the kind of home I came out from was something, and that affected me even until as I grew up. I became an angry person. I became somebody who is easily, yes, I forgive, but I don't. I think maybe on the personal, we have a guest today. I want her to shed more light on what an ideal home should be like. So today, I just gave that definition of that dysfunctional home, so we get to understand what an ideal home is like and how it affects us as an individual, and also translate to the society if we don't deal with it from the roots. So today, I'm going to be asking you another question, which would be, how would you say the decision, coming out from an ideal home, how would you say it affected your decision making, even up till when you have a chance to get married and all of that? How would you say your background affected you as a person? Please, this is a brand. We are being sincere on this show. We are trying to, because we are digging into hidden roots of human behavior, and what is affecting the society at large today. So I just want you to come out, because of course. So please, sis, can you shed more light on what's how
growing up in an ideal home, it helps you to understand a lot of things about life. You understand? And when I was about a partner, I understand that there are some things I wanted. You understand, as a woman, you understand, from a man, and which was, a man who forgives. Yes, a man who forgives, like, regardless of whatever happens in the home. You understand? A man who forgives, a man who is so intentional about his children, who wants his children happiness, not just his own happiness, because that was what my dad was. My dad was so intentional that my dad can sell his clothes to feed his kids. Yeah, that was the kind of father I had. My dad could sell his clothes to ensure that his kids eat and he doesn't have a meal to eat. So I needed a man who was selfless.
Okay, sis, I'm going to cut you there. Did you hear that her dad can sell? Now, my own dad in the other time, it's not like my dad was providing, but the love was not, because I didn't know him on time as a father. Okay. I knew my dad the first time, I think when I was 8 years or 9 years, I can't remember vividly. So he only provided, and but a time came whereby he would provide. He was providing, but the love, the connection between a father and a daughter wasn't there. And also a time came where he wasn't also really providing anymore, because as at this time, of course, they've according to I didn't know, because my father just changed towards me all of a sudden. He used to love me. I used to be his favorite, but all of a sudden he just changed towards me. And at that point, people saw me as a major. Yes, my father was a major in the army before he retired, and people always think that she's from a wealthy home, she's living a lot, she has everything all together. But inwardly, I was suffering. I was not happy. My life, I was shattered because the love was not there. I was looking for love elsewhere because I wanted to be loved. So, that is the difference. You can see the difference between her and my father. The difference between her father and my father. So that is what I just want to. So, sis, sorry to cut you. You can continue.
So, my dad, like you said, my dad was also a disciplinarian. Yeah, my dad, when it comes to discipline, he doesn't take nonsense when he wants to discipline us. He doesn't even look at my mom's face. But we understand that there's time for discipline as a child, and there's time for daddy to love and pamper us. Daddy pampers me a lot. In short, let me use, I was his favorite, baby girl then, Yeah. I won't say now because his wife is his favorite. I'm someone's favorite now.
No.
Yeah, so I was daddy's girl. Yeah. So my dad is see, look, home is always sweet. We didn't have much. No, we didn't. I'm not even sure we were just like the average family, but this love that bond us together. As parents and children. It was something that I always dream of having also in my home.
Okay, thank you. So sorry, I'm going to cut you because of the time on the show. So I just want you to throw light when you were about making decision of getting married. What did you do? I mean, because I remember you told me that there were several guys that came.
Yeah.
How did you know that your husband was the
Hey!
bobo, was the
Oh my God. It's a long story, yeah, but I'm gonna make it short. A lot of people came. A lot, like wealthy, a lot that were ready to buy the word from me. But when I knew saw my husband and we started courtship and all that, I knew he was. I knew, yeah.
How did you know he was the one?
Because I saw a lot of differences. My husband looks like my dad. Yeah, he looks like my dad. Yeah, even the day I introduced my husband to my dad, he said he wanted to go meet someone that looks like me. Yeah, he looks like my dad. He's so calm. Yeah, and someone who is not about himself. Is not about his growth alone. Imagine you're a friend to someone and you told the person there's an exam you're going, and this person takes it up to himself to drive you to another state to write the exam.
Was it when you were you already married or you were still courting?
Married. We were just friends.
Oh,
like it took me from
What
Lagos
state?
to Ibadan to write my exam. I was like, who is this? It was so intentional. It takes an intentional man to do that. You understand? So when the whole confusion started coming in, this was coming, this one was coming, I was like, oh, I think I was confused at first, but I told God, I said, Lord, please, I don't want to make mistake. I don't want to like have a broken home. I want a home.
You told who?
I
So
told
that
God,
okay,
like I prayed,
okay.
yes. I said I want a home just like my mom and my dad, which definitely there is no perfect home, but they are able to control their emotions and when their mind, even when they are hungry, and they can still always forgive and come together. So I wanted an intentional man, a man who forgives, So I saw all those things in my husband. I saw it, and I just always have this peace when it comes around. I just have this peace, It's most times the others that were coming, they were, there was money, but no. So I saw those qualities. It was glaring, but I needed a sign. I was each time I keep praying, it's his face. I keep seeing his face. So when it got clear was when my mom called. My mom called me. She was like, "Where am I?" I said, I'm in Lagos." She was like, "She want me to come to see her." So I came to see my mom, and she was like, "I saw your husband." Like she said, she saw my husband. I said, "My husband." She said she saw Mark. She called my husband Mark. That's my husband.
Okay.
So I saw him. He was like, he saw me and he was calling me mother-in-law, mommy, like mother-in-law. And he looked back and he said it was Mark. And I told him, she said, "Oh, Mark is your husband." See, when my mom just said it, I didn't need any confirmation again. Because when my mom was saying it, my mom was so joyful saying it. See, there are people that have come and they've actually showed they can buy the whole world for me. You understand? It would have been them my mom would have seen. I hope you know that. But my mom, like she saw the one who was meant for me. And ever since I made that decision, I'll tell you that I've never had any cause to regret. So I think because I needed a confirmation, and God just, used my mom to confirm it that he was the one. And I just, immediately my mom said it, I just followed.
Okay, thank you, Hope, on the for coming on the show. What would be your advice for youths and young adults out there, on this?
Okay, firstly, I'll say you have to be realistic about life. That life is not all about what you want to gain, what you want to gain. It's all about your future, how you want it. Because if you're looking at what you want to gain,
Can you be audible
okay,
so that they hear you
you're
very
looking
well?
if you're looking for what you want to gain, and a lot of people go into marriages because, oh, I want to gain this, I want to gain this. No, it's not what you want to gain. It's all about how you want this whole thing to be. Because if you're looking at what you want to gain, you might go in there and you might not end up gaining it. But it's how do we put this thing together? How do we make this thing work? You understand? Because today we just see a lot of people, they are not patient. When they just go in, small conflicts, they're out. I don't think for my mental health, I'm out. You should understand that marriage, it's like an institution. You understand? You keep knowing, trying to understand your partner. So you must be emotionally ready. You must have the spirit of forgiveness. And another, you must be ready to love yourself. A lot of people go into marriage, they don't love themselves. So they are finding someone who wants to love them. You must love yourself before somebody will definitely love you. So some people just want to go and just give themselves to someone without even loving themselves. When you love yourself, you care more about your happiness. So you care more about, oh, am I making this person happy? Because if you make this person happy, you will also be happy. And also, with the youth, we shouldn't. I feel we shouldn't just rush into just court, and we should get to know the kind of people we want to spend the rest of our life with. Fine, we know people. They say people pretend, but there's never a pretense in marriage. You understand? Definitely, as you guys grow, you keep trying to understand each other and all that. So then another thing, okay, I'm gonna also say, okay, is that most times when God wants to give you something, it might not really come, sophisticated and looking good. Yeah. So most times we intend going for the ones that we just, oh, this person can, it can give me what I want. Most times that's not the plan of God at that time in your life. But if you follow the lead of the Holy Spirit, sometimes it helps to guide you with choices and all that.
Oh, thank you so much.
You're
Thank you so
welcome.
much, sis, for coming on the show.
You're welcome.
We are grateful to have you.
Thank
Isabella Show is
you.
grateful to have you. So we
Thank
hope to, see more of you on the show another time. Heard from Hope what an ideal home should be like. Yes, we've heard from her what an ideal home should be like. And this is what is, I brought her on the show today so we understand how these things affect us. For you to go, wanting to get married, you have to love yourself first of all. And that is, yes, loving yourself is very important. But another thing is understanding your purpose, knowing your purpose. Why are you here? Do you think, a lot of people think they are just here on planet Earth to go to, you are born, go to school, get a good grade, come out, get married, and, buy a car, buy a house. Yeah, those things are, those things will come. Definitely, those things will come. But beyond that, you have to know your purpose first before you ever want to go into marriage. Because the truth is that this is what is eating that has made our society to what it is today. We not on the we going into our parents. A lot of our parents failed us. They went into marriage because of yes, some of them didn't know. They felt, oh, okay, they are going into marriage just for the purpose of marriage, to have children, but it is beyond that. And a lot of them have failed us, and even some went in out of selfish purposes. And today, and that is why the system today is betting. We are complaining of bad leadership everywhere, all over the government, all the parastatals, be it Africa, be it Nigeria, be it Europe, be it America, everywhere in the world, there is so much going on. And and what has gotten us to where we are today, it is because of the foundation. And what is the foundation? The root foundation. Because those people you are complaining about, we complain about the mindset of individuals. Those people you are complaining about, they came out from a home. They came out from a they came out from a home. But what kind of home do they come out from? Because the truth is that when you come out, we heard her, that when because of the kind of home she came out from, she was able to make decisions based on those kind of those things guided her because of the kind of home she came out from. So the question to us all is that, what kind of home do most of our leaders, what kind of home do they come out from? The people you complain about that, oh, this person is that, this person is this person is not doing right. What kind of home does he or she come out from? So it's high time we take it from the roots, so that we don't keep betting dysfunctional homes all over the places, so that we can begin to have a better society at large. So next time we'll see on the show again. And on that, don't let the cat out of the bag. So watch out for the next topic.